Good morning. How is everybody? It is the 7th of April, and this is the news and notes for Capstone. Um, I'm super pleased to be leaving you this message and to have an opportunity to just review a couple things on the Blackboard course. I'm going to start with this particular quote. Some of you are feeling like you've tied 6 or 7 knots in the past couple of weeks, but please remember that you are working towards a goal, and in this process, you are figuring out and learning about um, this type of academic writing, and also just about persevering through um, some trials, which I think we all have really come to experience in a new way um, since March of 2020. So I would just like to encourage you today. Please be encouraged that I'm pleased with the performance of every student in the course. You are all at different places, but there are probably a quarter of you that are within one edit of being completed, another quarter that are, perhaps 2 or 3 edits, depending on, you know, how you address those comments or if you reach out for editing help. And then another quarter of you are really in the tough zone. Um, and those of you that are almost finished know when that was for you. Um, and how you get out of that and how you persevere through that really depends on you making the decision to complete. I am here, as most of you, if not all of you, know. I'm available to you to have conversations about your draft, just to be that coach for you and your support. I am here. So please do not hesitate to email me and schedule a time. My schedule can get quite crazy, and I know you guys are working full time all day. So a lot of these conversations happen on the weekends or in the evenings, and that is no problem. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Let's go ahead and move to our Blackboard. Okay, so benchmark 6 is where most of you are sitting right now. This is where you continue to submit those initial capstone drafts. For those of you that have not passed a section yet, so we'll go back here. Oops. So we'll go back here and remember, you have to have one lit review section completed and passed by me to move on. Um, that doesn't mean you can't keep writing, but if you keep writing without an approved section, you might find yourself with a lot of pages of not unusable work, but work that needs to be significantly edited. So it kind of depends on where your thought process about writing. I've seen success both ways. People that just wait, submit a section, work on it, and then continue forward. And those of you that are like, you know what, I'm just going to get this all down. At least I'll have all of my sources being cited and my paraphrasing, and I can edit from there. Either way is fine, but just understand that there will be times if you haven't necessarily passed a section that I'll just read a section or two and then return it to you. Okay, so let's go to where the bulk of you are now, which is here in benchmark 6. So you'll continue then to make those submissions there. Once you have completed that and I let you know that it's time to move on, you will go to 7.1. Do not upload to 7.1 until you have approval from me. This is the one, this will be your final submission to me and the one that I will use the capstone rubric against. Excuse me. And that will be, your final. And then from there, you will go to 7.2 and you will submit your project for publishing to the institutional repository. Please follow these directions very carefully. You need to have all three of these things to move on. And again, please do not do this without my permission, because we want the cleanest draft possible to be placed there. You can start working on the survey and the summative personal reflection. The course evaluation is not open yet, but please come back and do the course evaluation because it really helps us to improve our programs. So the summative personal reflection, I've had some questions about it, and truthfully, this is really for you. It is for you to reflect on the program. It is shared with the program director, and it's your opportunity to sort of reflect on the journey of your master's program. And we really appreciate the opportunity to read your work here. There's not really a page limit and there's not really a page minimum, though I do find that most students are 1 to 2 pages, though I've seen some longer. But I would say 1 to 2 pages is a really good measurement. Then you can go ahead and get your transcripts. You can make your transcript request ahead of time. It will just sit there and you will receive a copy of your transcripts, and you can even order additional transcripts if that's what you need, if they need to be sent officially to any particular organization. So that's kind of where we go forward from here and where we're at. So continue to submit, continue to reach out. Please, if you have not found an editor for your work, and that person can be anybody in your life who you know is super picky about writing, about grammar, about syntax, about organization, punctuation, usage, all of these things. That is really helpful and, in fact, imperative for success. Those of you that have found editors have realized how quickly your drafts improve, and it allows me to really focus on the content and make sure that you're meeting the requirements of the rubric and that your literature review is scholarly and shows significant understanding of the topic. But if I get caught up in the structure and grammar and those things, it's distracting and I really can't do that work, and we'll have to send it back to you. Some of the best editors are English teachers, scholars who have graduated from master's programs that had to do a thesis, or college faculty that have, that do research and write often. And so those are all options. Actually, having anybody who is a confident, a writer editor who can look at your work is very helpful. So please take care. Have a fantastic week, and I'll look forward to touching base with you next week in News and Notes. Praying for you.